To Ready to Teach ESL, the video learning series that helps you build real English skills, one lesson at a time. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. Today's topic is workplace communication. Understanding how to communicate effectively at work, in meetings, by email, and with colleagues, is one of the most valuable real-world skills. Let's listen. When I first started working in a Canadian office, I was surprised by how much communication happened and how differently it was conducted compared to what I had experienced before. Back home, workplace communication tended to be more hierarchical. You spoke when spoken to, and you generally deferred to your manager on most matters. Here, I noticed quickly that the culture was much more collaborative. Meetings were the biggest adjustment. In my first team meeting, I sat quietly and took notes, waiting to be addressed. But at one point, my manager looked directly at me and said, "What do you think?" I wasn't prepared. I mumbled something vague and immediately felt embarrassed. Afterwards, a colleague pulled me aside and said, "Here, your opinion is always welcome. Don't hold back." That piece of advice changed my approach entirely. I started preparing for meetings in advance, reviewing the agenda, jotting down 1 or 2 points I could contribute, and framing my thoughts using professional but accessible language. Phrases like, "I'd like to build on that point," or "one thing I'd suggest is," became part of my regular vocabulary. Email communication was another learning curve. I had to learn the difference between formal and semi-formal register. Messages to my manager required a clear subject line, a brief greeting, concise content, and a professional sign-off. Messages to colleagues I knew well could be more casual, but still clear and purposeful. I learned to avoid ambiguity. If an email could be misunderstood, it probably would be. Perhaps the most important lesson I learned about workplace communication was about tone. In written communication especially, tone can easily be misread. Something that sounds neutral to the writer can come across as cold or even passive-aggressive to the reader. I now always read my emails aloud before sending them. If it wouldn't sound friendly spoken, I rewrite it. 2 years in, I feel much more confident. I still have moments of uncertainty, but I've learned that asking for clarification is always better than guessing, and that good communication is really just about making sure the other person feels heard. A really insightful reflection on navigating workplace communication. Now, let's check your comprehension. Pause is needed. Question 1. How did workplace communication differ from what the speaker was used to? Question 2. What happened in the speaker's first team meeting, and how did they feel? Question 3. What 2 strategies did the speaker use to prepare for meetings? Question 4. What did the speaker learn about writing professional emails? Question 5. What is the most important lesson the speaker learned about workplace communication overall? Here are the answers. Answer 1. The Canadian workplace was more collaborative. Employees were expected to share opinions, unlike the more hierarchical environment the speaker was used to. Answer 2. The manager asked for their opinion, and they were unprepared. They felt embarrassed. Answer 3. Reviewing the agenda in advance and preparing 1 or 2 points to contribute. Answer 4. Use a clear subject line, appropriate register, concise content, and avoid ambiguity. Answer 5. Good communication is about making sure the other person feels heard. Always ask for clarification rather than guessing. Excellent listening. See you next time on Ready to Teach ESL. For more videos like this, like and subscribe.